Hi students, in this video I will discuss some of the multiple choice questions from the chapter electromagnetic induction. This will help you to solve problems in competitive exams like CET, NEET, JEE. What is EMF? Options are A. Force, B. Voltage, C. Current, D. Flux. EMF means it is a electromotive force. Actually, it is a not force. It is a voltage. It is a voltage developed by any source of some electrical energy. So, answer is B. Option B, voltage. Next, second question. A coil having 500 square loops of side 10 cm is placed normal to magnetic field which increases at a rate of 1 Tesla per second. The induced EMF is. Options are A. 0.1 volt, B. 0.5 volt, C. 1 volt, D. 5 volt. Here the question is to find the induced EMF. Formula for induced EMF, that is epsilon, which is equal to minus d phi by dt, that is from the Faraday's law of electromagnetic induction. In this question, a coil which is having a 500 square loops means that coil which is having a number of turns 500 and its side, that coil having a side of 10 centimeter. It is a square loop, so side of square it is 10 centimeter, and that coil it is placed normal to the magnetic field, that is plane of the coil which is perpendicular to the magnetic field, direction of magnetic field, and the rate of change of that magnetic field value it is given 1 Tesla per second. So you can solve this using Faraday's law of electromagnetic induction using formula epsilon, which is equal to minus d phi by dt. Here n means number of turns, value it is given 500, and side of coil which is having a shape of square, that is 10 centimeter, and dB by dt which is 1 Tesla per second. So from Faraday's law of electromagnetic induction, that is phi is equal to minus d phi by dt. Here phi means it is magnetic flux, and its formula phi which is equal to BA cos theta. Here B means magnetic field, A means area of coil, theta means it is the angle between B and A. So here in this question theta is 0 because direction of area of that square and direction of magnetic field that are parallel, means that theta is 0, means angle between magnetic field and area, direction of area and magnetic field, that is 0. So you get epsilon which is equal to d of BA by dt. Here theta is 0 degree, so cos theta become 1, so formula become d of BA. So next, here if that coil having a some number of turns, then you can write the formula like this, that is epsilon which is equal to n into dBA by dt. Here A you can take outside, dB by dt value it is given. So next substitute the value of n, dB by dt, and A means it is the area of square, side of square it is given. Using that you can find the area of square, that is side into side. Here n value it is 500, area of square that is 10 centimeter, 10 into 10 to the power minus 2 meter. In meter it become 10 into 10 to the power minus 2 meter. This is one side of square and another side. So side into side gives the area of square. So 10 into 10 to the power minus 2 into 10 into 10 to the power minus 2 into dB by dt value, that is 1 Tesla per second. So Answer 500 into 10 into 10, 100, 10 to the power minus 2, 10 to the power minus 2 become 10 to the power minus 4. So here this minus 4 into 500 into 100. So answer you get it as 5 volt. So the answer is option D, that is 5 volt. Next, according to Faraday's law of electromagnetic induction, options are A. Electric field is produced by time varying magnetic flux. B. Magnetic field is produced by time varying electric flux. Option C. Magnetic field is associated with a moving charge. And option D. None of this. According to the Faraday's law of electromagnetic induction, the magnitude of induced EMF in a circuit is equal to the time rate of change of magnetic flux through the circuit. That is, EMF, induced EMF in a circuit, that is proportional to time rate of change of magnetic flux. So according to the statement of Faraday's law of electromagnetic induction, answer for this question, it is option A, that is electric field. EMF is induced means electric field is produced by time varying magnetic flux. If there is a change in flux, then EMF is induced. So answer is option A. There is no production of magnetic field. Okay. Fourth question. The north pole of a long bar magnet was pushed slowly into a short solenoid connected to a short galvanometer. The magnet was held stationary for a few seconds with the north pole in the middle of the solenoid and then withdrawn rapidly. The maximum deflection of the galvanometer was observed when the magnet was, options are option A, moving towards the solenoid, option B, moving into the solenoid, option C, at rest inside the solenoid, and option D, moving out of the solenoid. Here the magnet, bar magnet, which is moving into the solenoid very slowly at first. Later that magnet was held stationary for a few seconds inside that solenoid. Then that magnet which is withdrawn rapidly. The maximum deflection of the galvanometer was observed when the magnet was, here out of these options you can first eliminate the option C, that is at rest inside the solenoid. Means current is induced or EMF is induced only when there is a change in magnetic flux. Here whenever there is no movement, then no current is produced. So at rest inside the solenoid, no current is produced, means no deflection is produced in the galvanometer. So if there is a motion of magnet occur, then only deflection shows in the galvanometer. So next remaining options A, B and D. So when the magnet which is moving towards the solenoid, that produces magnetic flux. So this magnet produces a magnetic field, and when that magnet is moved towards the solenoid, that magnetic field lines linked with the coil produces magnetic flux. When there is a movement of magnet, change in flux will produce. So as there is a change in flux, then EMF is induced in the solenoid, means current induces in the solenoid. That current shows in this galvanometer. So when it is moving slowly, means change in flux become less. If the movement is fast, means when the magnet moves fast, then there is a change in magnetic flux also more. So here the answer is option D, moving out of the solenoid. Because here in this question, bar magnet that is moving rapidly means withdrawn rapidly from the solenoid, means when it is withdrawn rapidly, there you get a more change in flux, so you get a more induced EMF, or you can say that there is a maximum deflection in the galvanometer. So option is answer D, moving out of the solenoid. Next, fifth question. Find the length of a conductor which is moving with the velocity 0.4 meter per second in a magnetic field of 8 Tesla, inducing an EMF of 20 volt if magnetic field velocity and length of conductor are mutually perpendicular to each other. Options are A 50 meter, B 5 meter, C 6.25 meter, D 0.5 meter. Here in this question you have to find the length of conductor, and here that conductor is moving with velocity of 0.4 meter per second, and that conductor placed in a magnetic field of 8 Tesla, and that conductor inducing an EMF of 20 volt, and in that magnetic field velocity and length of conductor are mutually perpendicular to each other. So you can now solve the question using formula. You know the motional induced EMF. Here conductor is moving, so induced EMF which is given by epsilon is equal to BLV, or B into L cross V, or you can say that epsilon which is equal to BLV sine theta. There theta is 90 degree because their BLV are mutually perpendicular to each other, so theta is 90 degree. Sine theta gives 1, so you get EMF as epsilon which is equal to BLV, and the values of epsilon, B and V are 20 volt, 8 Tesla, 0.4 meter per second. So using these values you can find the length of conductor using this formula. So substitution 20 for this formula, 20 which is equal to B value 8 into L into velocity 0.4. So L is equal to, simplify, you get the value of L as 6.25 meter. So answer is option C, 6.25 meter. Next, sixth question. Direction of current induced in a wire moving in a magnetic field is found using, options are Fleming's left hand rule, option B Fleming's right hand rule, option C Ampere's rule, option D right hand clasp rule. Here you can find the direction of current induced in a wire moving in a magnetic field is found using, answer is option B Fleming's right hand rule. According to Fleming's right hand rule, so if we hold right hand like this, then here this thumb indicates the direction of motion of conductor, this forefinger indicates the direction of magnetic field, and middle finger indicates the direction of current. Here these three fingers are mutually perpendicular to each other. So whenever there is a movement of conductor, then direction of current induced in that conductor is given by the Fleming's right hand rule. So the answer is option B. Seventh question. If a conductor 0.2 meter long moves with the velocity of 0.3 meter per second in a magnetic field of 5 Tesla, calculate the EMF induced if magnetic field velocity and length of conductor are mutually perpendicular to each other. So in this question you have to find the EMF induced in conductor. Options are option A 0.3 volt, option B 0.03 volt, option C 30 volt, option D 3 volt. Here if a conductor 0.2 meter long, here length of conductor is given 0.2 meter and that conductor is moving with the velocity of 0.3 meter per second and that conductor is placed in a magnetic field of 5 Tesla. You have to find the EMF induced. So here also you are using motional EMF epsilon is equal to BL, because their BLV are perpendicular to each other, using formula epsilon which is equal to B into L cross V sin B into L cross V, or in magnitude it become BLV sin theta. Here these three are perpendicular to each other, so theta become 90 degrees, sin theta become 1, so you get induced EMF as epsilon is equal to BLV. Then you know the formula and values of BL and V. Substituting those in this formula, you get epsilon which is equal to B phi into L value 0.2 and V value 0.3. So while simplifying you get the value of epsilon, motional EMF, induced EMF, that is 0.3 volt. So answer is option A, that is 0.3 volt. Eighth question, identify the wrong statement. Options are A, eddy currents are produced in a steady magnetic field. Option B, eddy currents can be minimized by using laminated core. Option C, induction furnace uses eddy current to produce heat. Option D, eddy current can be used to produce braking force in moving trains. Here option B, C, D, these three are coming under the applications of eddy current. So the remaining option, that is A option is eddy currents are produced in a steady magnetic field. It is a wrong statement because eddy currents are produced only when there is a change in magnetic field. In steady magnetic field there is no eddy currents are produced. So wrong statements are statement eddy, option A, eddy currents are produced in a steady magnetic field. Ninth question, if number of turns in a primary and secondary coils is increased to 2 times each, the mutual inductance, options are A becomes 4 times, option B becomes 2 times, option C becomes 8 times, option D remains unchanged. Here, if number of turns in primary and secondary coils is increased to 2 times each, the mutual inductance, you know the mutual inductance of pair of coils M12, which is equal to mu naught N1 N2 pi R1 square into L. Here mutual inductance that depends on number of turns in primary and secondary, means M12 is directly proportional to N1 and N2. If N1 and N2 are increased 2 times each, then mutual inductance of pair of coils become 4 times. Means if N1 and N2 are increased 2 times, 2N1, 2N2, then it become M12 is proportional to 4 into N1 and N1 into N2. Means mutual inductance becomes 4 times. 4 times of this. So answer is option A, becomes 4 times. Next question, 10th question. A magnet is moved towards a coil. Case 1 quickly, case 2 slowly, then the induced EMF is. Options are A, larger in case of 1, B, option B, smaller in case of 1, option C, equal to both the cases, option D, larger or smaller depending upon the radius of the coil. Here the magnet is moved towards a coil. So here it is a magnet. That magnet is moved towards the coil. In the first case that magnet is moved quickly. Here this magnet is moved quickly into the coil. When the magnet is moved towards the coil, what happens? This magnet produces magnetic field lines which linked with the coil produces magnetic flux. When it is moved towards the coil, their magnetic flux changes. When it is moved towards the coil, magnetic flux changes. When it is moved quickly, then change in magnetic flux become more. When it is moved slowly, then change in magnetic flux become less. So when there is a change in magnetic flux in this coil, then EMF is induced in the coil. So answer is 11th question. The coils in resistance boxes are made from double insulated wire to nullify the effect of. Options are A, heating, option B, magnetism, option C, pressure, option D, self-induced EMF. The coils in resistance boxes are made from double insulated wire to nullify the effect of. Here the answer is option D, self-induced EMF. Because if there is no double insulated wire in that resistance coils in resistance boxes, then there exists a self-induced EMF. To remove that self-induced EMF, there should be a double insulated wire. The coils in resistance boxes are made from double insulated wire. So the answer is option D, self-induced EMF. 12th question. The polarity of induced EMF is given by. Options are Ampere's circuital law, option B, Biot-Savart's law, option C, Lenz's law, option D, Fleming's right hand rule. Here the answer is option C, Lenz's law. That is, the polarity of induced EMF is given by Lenz's law. According to Lenz's law, the polarity of induced EMF is such that it tends to produce a current which opposes the change in magnetic flux that produced it. So always the polarity of induced EMF which is given by Lenz's law. So the answer is 13th question. The current flows from A to B is as shown in the figure. The direction of the induced current in the loop is. Options are A, clockwise, B, anti-clockwise, C, straight line, D, no induced EMF produced. By Lenz's law, the induced current must produce inward flux to counter the magnetic flux of A, B. So induced current is clockwise in the loop like this. So answer is option A, clockwise. 14th question. When current in a coil changes from 5 ampere to 2 ampere in 0.1 second, average voltage of 50 volt is produced. The self-inductance of the coil is. Options are A 1.67 Henry, option B 6 Henry, option C 3 Henry, option D 0.67 Henry. Here in this question you have to find the self-inductance of the coil, and in that coil current changes from 5 ampere to 2 ampere in a time of 0.1 second and average voltage is 50 volt. So you know the formula for self-inductance of the coil, that is epsilon, which is equal to L into di by dt. Here L means self-inductance, di by dt means rate of change of current. Here EMF value is given 50 volt, and while substituting the values to this formula you get epsilon 50, which is equal to L, that you have to find, into di by dt, change in current, that is 5 minus 2. Current changes from 5 to 2, so 5 minus 2 gives a di value, and corresponding time for that change is 0.1. While simplifying, L, which is equal to 50 into 0.1 by 3, you get the answer as 1.67 Henry. So the answer is option A, 1.67 Henry. Next question. 15th question. The flux linked with the coil at any instant t is given by phi is equal to 2t square minus t plus 1. The magnitude of induced EMF at t is equal to 3 seconds is. Options are option A 3.5 volt, option B 5 volt, option C 8 volt, option D 11 volt. Here the flux linked with the coil at any instant t, which is given by phi is equal to, it is given in the form of equation 2t square minus t plus 1. Here you have to find the induced EMF at time of t is equal to 3 seconds. You know the formula for induced EMF from the Faraday's law of electromagnetic induction, that is phi is equal to minus d phi by dt. Phi is equal to 2t square minus t plus 1. It is 1, not t. While differentiating this phi, you get 2 into 2t. Differentiation of t square, that is 2 into t. T to the power 2 minus 1, that gives t to the power 1, minus t. Differentiation of t means 1 into t to the power 1 minus 1. T to the power 1 minus 1 means 0. So t to the power 0 means 1. So 1. Here 1. So d phi by dt, that is 4. 2 into 2, 4 into t minus 1. That gives 4t minus 1. So at time t equal to 3 seconds, this d phi by dt become d phi by dt, which is equal to 4t. T value is 3 seconds, so 4 into 3 minus 1, which gives 11 volt. So the answer is option D, 11 volt. Next question, 16th question. The magnetic flux threading a coil changes from 12 volt 12 Weber to 6 Weber in 1 second. What is the value of induced EMF? Here the flux changes from 12 Weber to 6 Weber in time of 1 second, and the EMF induced is, you know the formula from Faraday's law of electromagnetic induction, that is phi is equal to minus d phi by dt. Here d phi by dt means change in flux, that is change in flux delta phi, that is equal to final flux, that is 6, and initial is 12, so 6 minus 12 value gives minus 6 Weber. So change in flux value is minus 6 Weber, and the corresponding time 1 second, that is delta t time interval for this change. So from Faraday's law of electromagnetic induction, that is a phi is equal to delta phi by delta t, that gives a value of minus 6 Weber. 17th question. Use Lenz's law to determine the direction of the induced current when a rectangular conducting loop A, B, C, D is moved into a region of magnetic field which is directed normal to the plane of the loop away from the reader. Options are A. Clockwise, B. Anticlockwise, C. Straight line, D. No current induced. Here you have to determine the direction of induced current using Lenz's law. So when this rectangular conducting loop ABCD, which is moving towards the magnetic field, so these cross marks are indicated the direction of magnetic field. So here the magnetic field lines are perpendicular to this plane of this sheet. So when this rectangular conducting loop A, B, C, D, when it is moving towards the or moving into the magnetic field, its magnetic flux changes. Magnetic flux changes, magnetic flux of this conducting loop. As there is a change in magnetic flux, their EMF is induced and hence current. This current also induced in this conducting loop. So according to Lenz's law, this induced current in this conducting loop would be anti-clockwise. Means that induced current should oppose the change in flux. So here the answer is option B, anti-clockwise. Means the direction it's moving from A, B, C, D, means in the anti-clockwise direction. Then only that current opposes the increase in flux. So answer is option B, anti-clockwise. Next question. In a coil of self-induction 5 Henry, the rate of change of current is 2 ampere per second. Then EMF induced in the coil is, options are A. 10 volt, B. minus 10 volt, C. 5 volt, D. minus 5 volt. Here in a coil of self-induction, that L value which is given 5 Henry, the rate of change of current is 2 ampere per second, means di by dt value it is 2 ampere per second. Then the EMF induced in that coil is, you can find using the formula epsilon, which is equal to minus L di by dt. Here L is 5 and di by dt value is 2. So answer is minus 10 volt. So answer is option B, minus 10 volt. Next question, 19th question. A circular disc of radius 0.2 meter is placed in a uniform magnetic field of induction 1 by pi Weber per meter square in such a way that its axis makes an angle of 60 degree with B. The magnetic flux linked with the disc is, options are 0.02 Weber, 0.06 Weber, option C 0.08 Weber, option D 0.01 Weber. Here a circular disc of radius, here radius of disc is 0.2 meter and the disc is placed in a uniform magnetic field of induction, that is 1 by pi Weber per meter square, in such a way that its axis makes an angle 60 degree, theta is 60 degree with the magnetic field P. The magnetic flux linked with the disc is, here you know the formula for magnetic flux, phi, which is equal to BA cos theta. Here B means magnetic field and its value is 1 by pi, and area, A means area, here radius is given, here A means area of circular disc, theta means it is angle between B and A, and it is given as 60 degree. So area of circular disc pi r square. So while substituting the value of radius of that disc, you get a pi into 0.02 square. So next, substituting this area in this formula, phi formula, magnetic flux formula, which is equal to B 1 by pi into A pi into 0.02 square, that becomes 0.04 into cos theta. Here theta is 60 degree, cos 60 means 1 by 2. So you get the, here pi gets cancels, remaining is 0.02 divided by 2. So answer is 0.02 Weber. That is option A 0.02 Weber. Next question, 20th question. A wire of length 1 meter is moving at a speed of 2 meter per second perpendicular to its length in a homogeneous magnetic field of 0.5 Tesla. If the ends of the wire are joined to a circuit of resistance 6 ohm, then the rate at which work is being done to keep the wire moving at constant speed is, options are A 1 watt, B 1 by 3 watt, option C 1 by 6 watt, option D 1 by 12 watt. Here you have to find the rate at which work is done, means power. So to find the power, you know the formula, which is equal to epsilon square by R. That you don't know the value of epsilon. So before you find the value of epsilon, means induced EMF, using the formula B dot L cross V and its magnitude BLV sin theta. Here theta is 90 degree. That a wire of length 1 meter is moving at a speed of 2 meter per second perpendicular to its length in a homogeneous magnetic field of 5 Tesla. That theta you get it as 90 degree. So sin theta, sin 90 means 1. So you get epsilon, which is equal to BLV. While substituting the values of B, L, V, you get the epsilon as 1 volt. Then power, that is you have to find the rate at which work is done. That means power, which is equal to, formula is epsilon square by R. Here R value, resistance which is given, means that ends of the wire are joined to a circuit of resistance 6 ohm, means R is 6 ohm. So while substituting that R value in this formula, epsilon value is 1 and R value is 6, so you get value as 1 by 6 watt. So the answer is option C, 1 by 6 watt.